Well, I said, didn't I? I said I've been in makeup. Said no glitter. Well, I think she made it right for that. But anyway, welcome all. First live stream from the Yorkshire Dragoon. And it's about... Now, there's a hashtag going around, I blame Alex, and I do blame Alex. He introduced me to our group at the CrackCon 2 in May, and it's grabbed me so much. I've just that's all I've been doing recently, working on the old group stuff. So what I thought I'd do tonight, because I got paid recently and I spent a load of money on toys, I thought, well, let's have an unboxing video for a change. I've not really done one before. I thought, well, have a go at it. And so let's crack on. Right, so then, now, bought some bits and pieces. Let's see. I think I actually made a list in front of me, but unfortunately I can't see it because of the camera and the lights. But I'll turn it down. So right, onto the table, so you don't have to look at me. Thank goodness. So, and I'll turn that down a little. There we go. Right. Hopefully you still be able to hear me. I'm going to keep on an eye on what's being said in the room. So my first one is from Pendragon Miniatures. Now, I think Pendragon are more used to doing 10mm, if that's correct. Good. I'm glad it's loud and clear. I think they're more famous for their 10mm stuff rather than the 15mm. But I spotted this on eBay, and I thought, oh, I'll have that. And then I realised it was from Pendragon. But they are... If I can get into this thing. Oh, that's an old blade. That's not very good. Right. Come on, babies. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, thank you. Well, they're well packaged anyway. Now, here we go. Now then. So, you probably won't be able to see these too well. No, because even I can't see them. Let's see if the light does enter. No, it makes it even worse. However, right, what these are British Army tank names. I think, as most of you see, most of you may well know that the various troops and squadrons of British tank regiments often named their tanks, and they would begin with A squadron, B squadron, C squadron, and they would name their tanks either A, B, or C, depending on whatever squadron they were in. I've not yet found out what the HQ squadrons did. I think they just generally called them what they wanted, because obviously the commanding officers they do what they want. However, so all these tiny little decals. I think these are going to be mainly for later on in the process when I start doing the post-D-Day stuff. From what I've seen of British tanks from William Kirk, they tend not to have enough flames on them, often just shots on. But they did have a white square, which identified them. So, especially the Matilda ones and the Matilda 2s. So, that's the first bit that I've got. So, I can't really see too many. It's so light, obviously it's white against the blue. It's difficult to see what the names are. I'm sure probably, no, I can't, even with my glasses, I can't read those. That's going to be fun, but you know. Anyway, so we're moving on to something else that we can actually see. And then it's good old Beast Pig. Now, Beast Pig, I've been my these are both group and also from our latest 78 project. Now, the latest 78 project, if you haven't seen the video, is it's a fifth foundation battle in quality in Congo, which is the Democratic Republic of Congo these days. Colwaysi, rescuing Europeans from those dastardly native insurgents, communist dogs, and the second rat, which was the second parachute battalion of the French army, French Foreign Legion, was sent in to rescue these people. They did a jump into the city. Basically, did an amazing job. Got all but 250 people out alive. The 250 that unfortunately died were killed by the insurgents before the parachute jump was made. So sound's gone a bit choppy, has it? It might be me that are just moving around. Any better? Good. Right. So, and also you may recognise this one that was recently, but we'll go on to this one first. So these are the heads. I'll see if I can make this any better. No, once again, let's see if... Yeah. No. Anyway, there are 2, 4, 6, 8 heads, all French Foreign Legion berets. I will do some pictures and put them up later on the Facebook group. I've got 2 packets of those, so that'll give me a good head start. Sorry, I got my coat. They'll give me a good head start on the Colwaysi 78 one. Now, Martin, 7th son, pointed this one out, I think. Peter Pig have made a commemorative piece for Paul Beccassarelli, who I think a few people know for a while, who unfortunately left us recently. So I did a figure for him as a British soldier. What I thought I'd do is get the figure and then use this figure. Really, this light is not much got. I'm saying it's not the back, it's too reflective. So I thought I'd get the figure, and I thought he could become my commanding officer for my British post-D-Day army. It's a really, really nice figure. I know this figure is used very good. This was a particularly nice one. I don't think it's worn out as well, obviously the mold is going to be pretty sound again. I'm sorry about this. I do apologise. It's the first time. I'll see what I can do about it. Anyway, I'm not hearing anything right now, but we shall see. I'll play it back and look at what the problem was. So anyway, so I got that one as well. So he's going to be my commander. He's going to be in charge of Becca's force. So I decided to name it. So that's his 2 leads out of the way. Yeah, I think you can be right. It's complete problems. When looking at the video on the screen, it's a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So next one. Should always pass here. Only problem is I've not been able to touch one. So the next one is from Skytrax. And again, another good supplier of 15mm figures and equipment. I think quite a number of my British soldiers in my army were Skytrax, as opposed to the German, which are all Plastic Soldier Company. And so, that's useful. That's just chipping sponge. Yay! So, let's move that out of the way. So what I'm expecting from Skytrax is an A9, an A10, NA-13 tank, carriers, or a carrier with a 6-pounder gun, and a 2-pounder anti-tank gun as well. So, oh my word. This is looking fun. Now, unfortunately, I'm not that well up on the individual differences between the A9 and the A10. I think it's probably to do with turrets and machine guns and things like that. Oh, that's lovely. But I can recognise these. These are the two-pounder anti-tank guns. You know, those up. That'd be nice. So let's have a look at these. So we have the 2-pounder anti-tank gun with an amazing piece of flashing on the top, on the end of the barrel. We'll have to be careful with that one. Do get a figure with that firing. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. A little bit. Like I said, there's a huge amount of flash, but I'm sure we can do it. We can sort that one out with the clippers. You get a base on which to place it with the wheels already splayed out, ready to go, with the trail and a little and there we have it, assembled, ready to rock, ready to shoot out the rubbish German panzers. There we go. So I'm happy with those two. They're good. I like those very much. We'll straighten those. Only problem with it is, and I don't know how we do anything about this, is that when you get a small thin barrel like that, and it gets bent, how do we stop it getting bent again? I don't think there's anything we can do, is there? Indeed, 28mm is dead. It is for me anyway. It's so much easier to paint these fellas. So what we got here? Oh, I should have really written the codes for all of these tanks down. But, oh, that's an interesting piece. Lordy, that's a fair chunk of metal with the tracks on. Yes, I think that's the way to do it. I mean, I do base. I agree completely with you. I do base my vehicles and such anyway, contrary to what certain people think is correct or whatever. But oh, that's again lovely molds on these. These are just so good. I'm really very impressed by these. That's a little bit of cleaning up, and that'll fit together beautifully. Nice turret for it. Separate hatch and gun, and even a teeny weeny tank commander. Yeah, in his come on, teeny weeny tank commander. There we go. In his black, of course, beret at the period. So I'm very happy with that. You know, loving this. Well, I mean, I wouldn't want to call Ken Riley a sociopath, but then again, he does do all them massive armies in various figures, various scales. He's a little unusual. There we go. Another one of the rather nice tanks. Yeah. Okay, and hopefully this will be the carriers with the 6-pound anti-tank gun. Lots of bubble wrap bags for my missus, so she can put her Lego in there. So there we go. Yeah, it's a little beauty. I received at CrackCon last in May. I got I was lucky enough to win the 8th Army starter pack, and in that starter pack there was a couple of carriers, and I have to say they're very nice, but I actually prefer that one. I think that's really cute. That's really nice. Anyway, so we've got the carriers, got the £6 guns. I think we've got one ready to be towed with the trail closed, and one with the trail splayed, ready to be fired. Sets of wheels, and we've got crew. We've got a driver for the carrier. We've got a crew for the gun. What more could a man want? That's just so happy with that. Yeah, James. Well, I've got something for the raffle that I've never even opened. I bought it and I had a quick look at it, and then I put it straight in my box with all the other rule sets. And I'd bought Black Powder, the rule set, and I've never even looked at it, and I don't think I've got any intention of looking at it either. So I think I will probably that is going in the into the raffle. I've got it at the side of me now, ready and waiting. Okay, so now then, I think the next one is from Geek Villain. Now, I think we all know of Geek Villain and their rather excellent gaming mats. I have one of those that I use. I've asked for one for Christmas, the Savannah one for Colway's 78. But they also do 3D printed resin accessories and vehicles. And so I thought, well, let's give them a try. Let's see what I got. So I ordered a £25 pounder gun, field gun. I ordered a what else did I order? I ordered a £2 anti-tank gun and a Humber armoured car. So let's have a look. It should be interesting to do the comparisons between the two £2. See what they're like. Okay, yet more bubble wrap. Warhammer. Oh, unlucky you. I think some of you may know, but I only got into wargaming in during lockdown. I'd never done it before, never been interested. But of course, being a reenactor, the whole of lockdown closed. Oh Lord, I might put these on a lighty best. The whole of lockdown closed everything down, so I was absolutely desperate for a history hit, and so I started writing my book, and I also started wargaming. So I never came from that whole Warhammer 40k whatever background, and and so of course this is my history hit more than anything. Yeah, I think you could be right, Alex. I think you could be right. This is my history hit. This is what I get kicked from, because it obviously, once you start looking, oh Lord, there's bits and everywhere. Once you start, I'm so chuffed with these. These are absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Anyway, so I the history side of it is the main thing for me. So let's see if I can bring this into better focus. This is the resin printed one from Geek Villain, £2. It's very interesting. I'll have to have a good look at some more pictures just to see how accurate it actually is. But at least the gun's not bent. So you get that. and you get the 2 wheels, and that goes on the base. I think there is a number of chaps here to crew these. There's a chap there. He's either a driver or he's the gunner. I'm not sure. There is a man with one of those dodgy toys that ladies have. It looks like it anyway. There's a man watching and pointing, because that's always good to have a man watching and pointing. Another man sat on his knees pointing and laughing. Probably at the man with the dodgy toy. Oh, there's another fella sat doing nothing. He's having a scratch, I think. He's probably got lice or something. And then yet another man looking at something, but he's kneeling on one knee. So he's obviously a friend of Black Lives Matter. And he's taking the knee. Oh, controversial. Sorry, I'll shut up. Anyway, they all look rather good. Yeah, I was surprised. Like I said, I just thought that they did that Geekville and did them as well. So I thought, well, I'll have a go and have a look, see. And not too expensive. Any of this, it's all in sort of price. I think the stuff from Skytrax was under 50 quid. So that wasn't too bad at all. Oh, and here we are. This is good. And so we've got the £25, the iconic £25. There we go. Thank you very much, Mr. Yeah. It's the iconic £25 gun. On its traversing wheel with the attendant. Oh, I can't remember the name of what they call that now, but anyway, it'll come to me as soon as I'm still talking about it. 3D breed miniatures. Right, okay. Yeah. Right. But anyway, so I'm very pleased with those. All in all, those are the 2 guns, and this is the little Humber armoured car, which obviously has a removable top. Looks like I might have to give these a bit of a wash to look. Looks like they've got some mold release still on them. I don't know, mold release. Still got some sort of chemical on them. So they're not molded. These are they printed? Yeah. But anyway, I'll give them a clean before I prime them. I'm very happy with that. That's a lovely little thing. Very nice. So that's that one. That's the Geekville one. I have one more to unbox, one more to unwrap, and this is one that I saw on Facebook recently. It's a bit of it's a bit of MDF scenery for 15mm. This is from a guy called John Banks, who's on Facebook. I think it's John Bank JB Wargaming on Facebook. Right now, having seen today what Alex got through the post, these are nowhere near as good. It's impossible, but then again, it would be impossible. And these are actually quite basic looking MDF buildings. However, for the price, I honestly don't think you could go wrong. I think this was about £7. Was it £7? Yes, it was £7 plus postage and packing from JB Wargaming on Facebook. And it forms up into a small French farm. And Oh, just tip it all out. Go on, stop fanning around like. Oh, and it. Oh no! Oh, you get a base as well. You can't go wrong. For £7, this is amazing. Like I say, I think it's not. Maybe it's not up to what you would say the standard of, say, Sarissa or some of the other big boys. However, with some work done by yourself, I think these are going to be, for the price, I think these are going to be amazing. So you get the base, and then you've got various sides and floors. It's the usual interlocking, obviously not that bit, but if I could find it, the usual interlocking walls. I can't find the one that I'm looking for now, but not here he is. Usual ones that you always have to tidy up and smarten up and all the rest of it. But anyway, but that's quite good. I say there's just a mass of this. This is going to be a huge piece. But the great news is, because they're all on individual bases. Yeah, exactly. I think you're right. With the bit of work that you put into them, as we've seen with the stuff that Alex does, it can look fantastic, but they're on individual bases, and some of these buildings, so they can be used elsewhere. They don't have to be all used in the same area of each other, which is really useful. Obviously, instructions and that's put it all together. But I think most MDF kits are fairly simple, very similar in composition. So I'm not too worried about that. We'll see what happens. Tidy these and put out the way for now. And find a box for these. MDF, the 15mm landscaping is coming on nicely. Right, so the final things that I got, these aren't really unboxing. I bought these from our local model shop, which they pick up these occasionally. So I bought a bunch of Zesta 1/100th scale kits. So I've got the Matilda Mark 2 and the Matilda Mark 1s again. Both of these were used with BF. I think most of the Mark 1s were totally destroyed at Arras and slightly shortly after. A few of them still survived, but were probably left on in France for the Germans to have a laugh at. I shouldn't say that really, because British tanks were actually better than the German ones. It was just the tactics that were used. If say the Mark 1 had a gun instead of a machine gun, it was actually done quite well against the early German panzers, because they were quite heavily armed, considering, but they just didn't have a decent gun to go with them. So I bought two of each of these, and so I'll move those out of the way. And these are how they come out. They're the typical Zvezda ones. They're snap together jobs. So they're not the most detailed, but they're not too bad. Like I say, kind of I do like. I love the little Matildas. That's that. That's the Matilda 2, and this is the first one, Matilda 1, and I think it's a cute little thing. I wouldn't want to be sat driving it, not with the machine gun going off above my head. It was a 2-man tank. Poor fella that was driving sat right in the front, right in the way of the any armor-piercing shells coming towards him or anti-tank rounds. Very similar to the design of the Whippet from the First World War, I feel. So, I'd recently bought a couple of resin printed ones, and whilst I think the resin printed ones are better detail and ever so slightly different in size, but not much, I think they'll fit in well between once I've got these painted and based. Things like the smoke discharger on the turret, they're not included on these Zvezda ones. But unless you know what a smoke discharger is, at 3 foot, you're not really going to be noticing. And then, I also, and as I said, I got some of the, a couple of resin Matildas as well, Matilda 2s. And again, not a vast amount of difference between them other than things like the smoke discharger and 1 or 2 bits and pieces on the turret. Things like the antenna holder and such like, and tools. But again, at 3 foot, there's not going to be an awful lot of difference between them. So I've got another one of each of those two to build up. Oh, that's my missus. That's my wife's telling me she's on her way home now. Right. Yeah, I've been rumbled. You're right. So we were talking. I was saying the shop has them as and when they get hold of them, and so I thought, well, I am going to at some point do a later war army for both Germans and British. So I bought myself a Stug 4 and a Marder 3. Now, if you've not seen these Zvezda kits before, I will open one up. They are. I don't say anything about the cost of my toys, but she can't say anything. She should see the amount of Lego that she's got. Lego costs. So, oh Lord, this is quite unusual. This is 2 sprues worth. Don't normally get 2 sprues with the British ones, but you get 2 little sprues of for the Marder. They are snapped together, allegedly. Although I think I would rather make sure that it's done properly and they glue together. There's a little bit of interior detail for the Marder on the interior of the crew section here. It's got shell racks to go along the side of it. It's got all the bits and pieces. Let's have a look. It's got 1 gun. Yeah, I think it just looks like it's got the one gun. I don't know what size gun that is in that one. It won't be 37 or 44 or 40 or something like that. Yeah, but that's surprising. I don't know how new it is, Alex, because it also gives the flag there for Zvezda's own game, and apparently they've stopped putting the flag, or is it they've stopped putting the unit cards or something in for them? I don't know, but they've. I think they're stopping doing anything with their game that they run, their own Art of Tactics. That's the one. Let's have a look at this. The Stug 4. talking of marders, a few years back when I was doing, was involved in Second World War reenactment, I was at a show and this marder pulled up, and it belonged to a chap that I'd known from a long time back in the early 80s. Turns out he'd basically got a British chassis from one of the British personnel carriers and just built up a marder shell around it. And it looked amazing. It looked really good. So, this is the Sturmgeschütz 4. Yeah, there you go. Not bad. Not a lot to it, but then again, I don't suppose there was. I think what I might do, looking at it, and I'd already thought about it, was to take off one or two of the Schutz. Is it Schutzson? Plates from that side, and just put a piece of stretch sprue across to represent the rod that holds them on, just for a little bit of battle damage. And again, it's going to take a bit of researching because I know bugger all about Germans. I wouldn't even. It was. I think I even asked about. Yeah, thank you. 75mm. Oh, not bad. Not a bad gun. And so, of course, they. I didn't even know how to tell early Germans from late Germans when I was looking for figures. So that was ably helped by a number of people. So they pointed me in the right direction, thankfully. So that is the toys. That's the whole toy collection. I'm very happy with it, with the vast majority of that. Stug Life, yes, yeah. He's a big fellow there with his sunglasses and a cigar hanging out of his mouth at the top of it. Yeah, right. So that's the toys. I'm very happy with them. It'll give me lots to do next few months after CrackCon 3. Once we've got that done, which I'm looking forward to. I can't wait. I'm helping out with the Franco-Prussian War battle and with the blood and steel rules. So we shall see how those go. I've had a look at those. They're not a million miles away from sharp practice in certain ways. Whether or not I prefer them to sharp practice or not, we shall see. But looking forward to it. So anyway, it's been 40 minutes of me waffling, and I think that's enough for anybody. And like I said, best get everything packed up because the missus is coming on. But thank you, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Much appreciated. And I'll start saving up, and we'll do another one in a couple of months' time. And I'll catch you all later. So thank you.